Hello, my name is Justin. I'm one of the managers here at the Nashville City Club. And this week, we're going to talk about how to maneuver the wine list at a restaurant and make it less stressful for you. Definitely been in situations where you're out to eat and you're with friends or family or business, and you were given the responsibility to pick out a wine. The book comes out and it's hundreds of wines, and you just get overwhelmed. Well, I'm going to help you to make sure that you pick the right choice next time and it's not stressful at all. So let's get to it. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is don't choose a wine just because it's cheap. Um, House wine, the cheapest wine on the list, usually is the one with the biggest profit margin for the restaurant. Obviously, it also reflects the quality of the wine. Um, Restaurants also have figured out that most people don't want to appear cheap, so the most popular bottle on lists is always or mostly, the second cheapest bottle on there. So there really isn't much difference between the two of those wines, the house wine and the second cheapest. You're going to get typically uh, a lower quality wine, and it's a bigger return for the restaurant. So try to stay away from those. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is getting out of your comfort zone. Um, don't always get your usual glass of wine. Um, Ask the server or bartender for help. Take some risks. Um, Tell them typically what you get, and most professional bartenders and servers can help you find something new for you, and you might even like it better than your usual. Try alternative regions. Chile or Argentina or South African wines are fantastic. Also, a little closer to home here in Washington State, they have wonderful Cabernets and beautiful Pinot Noirs, Pinot Gris, Rieslings. And they are high quality wines, and they're typically reasonably priced. So try that next time. All right. So my next suggestion is if the thought of you ordering wine for your friends and family out at a restaurant stresses you out, you can do your research. You can go on the restaurant's website, look for the wine list, and with some quick interneting, there are some fabulous wine review websites out there and wine apps. So you can do your research and you can feel more comfortable with your purchase at the table. All right. Also, when you're in doubt, you can always drink bubbles. Sparkling wines aren't just for celebrations or for brunch. Champagne goes with a lot of dishes: fried food, spicy food, rustic dishes. And if you're in super doubt, drink rosé. It pairs well with a lot of Mediterranean dishes, grilled fish, seafood, and a lot of tomato-based dishes. So those could be great go-tos in a pinch. When you get the wine list, take your time. If you're out and trying to enjoy the evening with friends or family, don't get caught up in the perfect pairing for your meal and everyone else's meal. Read through and just don't go with something that is comfortable, or that someone you recognize that someone recommended to you but you've never had. Look at the whole list. Most of the time, the cool, most unique wines are kind of tucked away in the back of the wine list, under maybe something called like the Somm selections. If you're stressed out and you're trying to rush through this process, you might miss a great wine. All right. If you are out to dinner and you are feeling the pressure of trying to impress the people you're with a high quality wine, you do not need to spend hundreds of dollars on it. I mean, unless you can afford it. Honestly, the most expensive outstanding wines in the world are probably better shared with your friends and family at home, or you can bring them into the restaurant and pay a corkage. The markup on these bottles, the Napa Cabs and such, is pretty significant, and you can absolutely find a better wine without spending those hundreds of dollars. Just ask your server. When the bottle of wine that you do end up going with comes to table and the server or the som are going to do the wine presentation, make sure you just don't brush it off. Taste the wine, smell the wine. The restaurant wants you to enjoy it. We do that presentation for a reason. If it smells bad or it tastes off, bring that up to the server at that point. Don't worry about making it awkward. The restaurant actually will get a credit for the wine, a cost credit, so it's really important that you do enjoy your time at the restaurant and don't just drink a bad bottle of wine because you don't want to send it back. Absolutely, if you don't enjoy the wine, bring it up to your server and they will take care of it for you and make it right. My last suggestion is probably the easiest. Ahead of your reservation, call the restaurant. Ask to speak to the manager or the som. They obviously would be the most knowledgeable about the wines on the list and the food. So if you have any questions about that, they're there to help, and they really do enjoy doing that. Tell them ahead of time what you're willing to spend. You can have a couple options for when you do sit down for dinner, or you can tell the manager or the som to have the bottle waiting for you at the table, because that's always a nice touch and always impresses. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions or suggestions for upcoming ones, please email me, or you can reach me here at the club. Yes, thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.